The Switch, the greatest advancement of handheld technology. But there's only one flaw. It's that dull, bleak, muted gray. Well, I've got a fix. What if you could? See through it. I have an unhealthy obsession with needing to be different. And instead of therapy, I fix it with modding every personal item in sight. I did this with the Wii, in my last video I did it with my 2DS, and today I'm going to be doing it with my Switch. Oh, also, I'm doing it not having ever opened the system, and I'm not watching a tutorial at all.
But Julian, why would you do this?
You may ask. Well, like I do with most projects, my first step is to immediately throw the instructions away. The shell I bought didn't come with instructions, so I'd call that time saved. I did have the preparedness to buy a toolkit, however. Okay, that's a lie. I bought this kit for my Wii that is barely held together. But anyways, on to cracking this thing open. My plan is to just keep unscrewing until I can open the outer casing. I will have to admit I cheated a little. I have prior knowledge about only needing to unscrew the 2 middle screws on each railing and the tiny mini screw behind the SD card. But I have never opened up a Switch before. This is me trying to find a screw half the size of an atom. If you see me suddenly start to look lost, it's because I am. And it's also likely I flung the screw so far it probably doesn't exist anymore. Schrodinger's screw or something like that. So my idea with this thing is to just reverse engineer it as far as it will go, or as far as the system will let me take it apart. And then I'll just remember how all that happened and put it back together. This was before I realized the kit I bought didn't come with a faceplate. It seems weird, right? You buy this full kit. It comes with everything, like screws, buttons, Joy-Con shells, back plate, but not the faceplate, game card flap, power, and volume button. Remember how I was going to just remember how all this came apart? Yeah, easier said than done. Oh, it's finished? Right, okay, let me level with you. When I was exporting all of this footage from my SD card, I pressed this little button on the box right here called an USB switcher. I have 2 computers that I switch my mouse and keyboard to and from, and I thought this was a good idea if I just plug my SD card reader into the switcher since it's closer to reach. Big mistake. In the middle of the transfer, I corrupted my SD and lost most of my footage. And I know what you're probably saying.
But Julian, remember the last video where you did something similar? Why didn't you learn from your mistakes and grow as a human to make the steps for change and improvement in your future endeavors?
Shut up, you're not my mom. Anyways, I did not want to waste any more time. So I decided to take the entire Switch apart again and put it back together to refilm what I was doing at the time. I finished the first part. It was honestly a breeze. You simply just take the back cover off, take the Joy-Cons apart. This probably took me about an hour and a half. I then had a pretty sick looking Switch, except for this awful black border. Yuck. I begrudgingly spent the $15 more for the faceplate because this tiny detail bothered me so much. As it arrived, I thought, sweet, let me just pop this on real fast. Nope. You must disassemble the entire Switch, like gut this thing. So I started unscrewing, hoping that this thing would come off, but it never did. And just before I gave up, I thought of one last thing. Maybe I should watch a tutorial. Okay, so you have to pull the screen off. Oh, that's what those suction cup thingies are for. But you need a heat gun, or whatever iFixit calls this long sack. Heat sack? Screen sack? I don't know. So I did the thing any person would do at 11 p.m. at night and went to Walmart to buy a hairdryer. This is the part where I don't take this Switch apart any further because I just realized that I stripped the screws really badly putting it together the first time, and I just can't take it apart any further. Instead, I'm gonna demonstrate on this broken Switch the technique I used to pull apart the screen. I'm just now realizing that I could have used the broken Switch that was already taken apart to demonstrate how I originally took this apart. Well, no harm done. Oh no. Yeah, I broke it. I promise it wasn't broken before, but in some part of the process of taking this apart for demonstrative purposes, I messed up royally. Anyways, here we are. Wow, look, you can see through it. Honestly, I think this thing looks pretty dope. I would show game footage, but I never recorded any before I broke it, so enjoy this lovely error screen with some nice copyright-free music. Ew, wait, what? Yeah, it works now. I didn't do anything to it. It just suddenly turned on. In any case, my suggestion to you would be, please watch a tutorial and don't do what I did. Or do, I can't stop you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.